101 MMA, and I have a special guest today. I have Wilfredo the Brown Bomber Santiago Jr. Big welterweight. He's from the area, but he trains out in Jackon Wink in New Mexico, and he also trains for F5 Fight Team down here in his home, in New England. But he's coming to the Combat Zone the end of the month. What is that? June 30th, a Friday night. You're fighting Ray Shawnee. Wilfredo, thanks for coming on. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Thanks for having me, man. I feel blessed, man. Camp's going great. Looking forward to June 30th, and I'm getting ready for this fight, and I'm excited about it.
Now you're in New Mexico right now, training hard. When do you actually arrive here before the fights? Like, when do you come into town?
I guess they're flying me into town on the 28th.
Awesome. So you got a couple of days to, get used to the area again. But do you travel back and forth during the year anyway?
Well, to be honest with you, I originally came out here for 6 months, and then I decided to stay out here until further notice, pretty much for the most part. Talked to my coaches and stuff like that. Everybody agreed to it, and I've been getting better. My level of fighting has gone up a notch. It keeps going up, and so I've been here for almost going on 2 years now being out here. I've been out here for 15, 16 months.
Excellent. Now, it was showing you had four wins in a row. Your last fight, you went for the welterweight championship at Ces MMA. You put on a great show, Wilfredo. I mean, you had Chris Curtis hurt in that fight. But MMA can take a turn at any split second, and you just got caught. You came up a little short in that fight, but you had a great fight. And then I seen the fight before that when you fought for CES when you knocked out Chuck O'Neal in like 40 seconds. So I mean, you were coming off a huge knockout. Then you got your welterweight title shot, which you were very impressive in. You pressed in Curtis. You had him hurt. But like MMA, anything can happen. So what did you take from that fight back to camp with you that'll lead into this fight?
Well, it's funny you bring that up because that's one of those fights where you dominate so much, and I felt like I was dominating the whole fight until that point. But the next day after that fight, I talked to my coaches and I was like, hey man, what do we need to do? And pretty much they was like, well, I'm not trying to sugarcoat or nothing like that, man, but you looked awesome.
Yeah.
Not only did you look awesome, maybe a couple of things that we would have to tweak in terms of like getting overexcited.
Yeah.
But more or less, what we've been working on a lot this time has been staying tight, being tight in the pocket, coming off angles more the way how I do in practice and stuff like that. And just, pretty much keep your hands up, man. But everything is just, we've been working so hard and just staying tight this time and continuing what we've been doing. The last fight, again, like, you said it yourself, we was dominating, and it was, a lucky shot came out, and he got me. So just pretty much, staying tight and just working on them. I mean, card is always a key to work on and get better and whatnot. But I'm just doing great. This has been another great opportunity. And then we go from there, and I'm finally 100%. I'm not, dealing with no injuries like I was in the past. I was with hindering me. And I'm looking to be fighting at least a couple more times this year before the year's up. So I still plan on having a big year.
Excellent. And like we talked about that. I mean, you dominated that fight, and you brought up like you went back to camp and they told we got to work a little bit on that excitement level. I mean, yeah, you felt the kill right there. You know what I mean? So I mean it was there, and like they said, there's not much to tweak on you. It's just it's just getting back there and training hard again and going after it again.
Man. Well, one of the things, and I was trying to, no excuses, I give it to Curtis.
Yes.
No excuses. But one of the things that, I had him hurt a couple of times in the fight, and all few times that I had him hurt, I kind of felt like, the referee I kind of felt like he was going to call it because he kept on talking to him, like, hey, you got to do something,
Yeah.
So I guess by hearing that, I kept on getting more amped up and more amped up. But for future fights and future now, I just gotta stay composed and just pick my shots. You know what I mean, and go from there.
Excellent. Yeah, exactly. And the fight before, the previous fight that you had the knockout, you really didn't get too much cage time. You're in there for 40 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then you jump in here, and then you go. You challenge him for the belt. So of course the excitement level's way up there. You're on Access TV. You're on national TV. And you're beating the hell out of the champion, and then you get, you know what I mean? You get clipped.
Yeah.
But
man.
it's hey, Wilfredo, that's MMA. That's what makes it so great, such a great sport. Anything can happen. You know what I mean? Not taking anything away, Chris Curtis. That guy's beating people up all over the country. But yeah, you had a great show against one of the the best welterweights in the field, and definitely around the country in the regional level. That guy's going to be going to UFC, and you're knocking on that door too. I mean, you're an exciting fighter. You come from a great gym, and you're in great hands, and you finish people. I mean, every one of your wins is a finish, correct?
Yes it is, man. And to be honest with you, I plan on finishing Roddy too come June 30, man. He hasn't fought anybody. He's been fighting bums. And I'm ready to go, man. What you call it? And mark my words, but I will see Curtis again. I will see Curtis again.
Awesome. Yeah, he might still be around. I mean, they're not. He's trying to hit every organization around the country to gather some belts. So if you meet him down the line, you might take some. That's going to be a huge fight when that happens. But to get to this fight right now, you got a huge. You got a huge fight coming up on the 30th for Combat Zone. That's in Manchester, New Hampshire. Wilfredo, have you ever fought for Combat Zone?
Yes, I actually started with the Combat Zone when they were in Rockingham, New Hampshire. I started with them as an amateur. That was before the Caters took over the promotion. That was when David George was still running on the Combat Zone. I started off my amateur career with them, and then I started doing very good when undefeated as an amateur. Started undefeated as a pro, and then my head got too big. My head got too big. Honestly, my head got too big. I wasn't listening to my coaches. I took fights that I should have took. I was fighting hurt, fighting injured, and I guess that's the learning process that that I had to go through to actually get to where I'm at to today. But yeah, man, the Combat Zone has been great. I fought for them. I recently fought for them. I think it was August 5th of last year. I fought Nori Shakur, a local legend in the area. I was able to finish him in I think it was 70 seconds from the first round. Yeah. And it's been going good. I mean, I got nothing but respect for the Caters and for Combat Zone. Not only that, but it's kind of my background, if you can say, because I'm originally from Lawrence. And that's maybe, I don't know, half hour away from my hometown.
Which is awesome.
So I have a big hometown crowd there. So, I'm excited to actually come back home and at least, take this fight there. I've been trying to get some fights out here in New Mexico. It's been a little bit hard because, a lot of the promoters out here want people to sell tickets. And obviously that's a given. Yeah. And not only that, but they want to, show their local talent too, but since I've been out here, it's been kind of hard. But but it's getting a lot. What you call that? The opportunity for me to make that happen, to get a fight out here, it's getting pretty. It's getting more and more visible. So I'm hoping to get a fight out here sometime before this year's up. Yeah,
Wilfredo, if we keep showing you off down here, I mean, we got. We got a huge, New England's booming with the MMA now. Lots of organizations here. CES is one of those organizations that some of their guys are heading to the UFC. So New England's really high on these organizations and promotions. Combat Zone is one of them promotions that's been around for a long time. Like you said, that's where you started your roots in there. And there's a lot of AMI starting their roots there. It's a beautiful place to watch the fight. It's right at the Radisson Hotel. So it's a gorgeous place. I'll be there definitely to see you fight. So you're the co-main event for this event?
Yes, I am.
So that's damn awesome. Coming off a big Access TV fight, and now you're the co-main event. Basically a half hour from your hometown, so that's special for you, huh?
Yes, man, very, man. It's it'd be good to come back home, have the hometown crowd there. I mean, I'm pretty much known there in the area, have a big following back home. Not only that, but the commissioner, everybody that's involved with the Combat Zone, from the commissioner to the doctors, they all love me.
Yeah.
So it's all gonna be, it's gonna be a great thing, and great feeling to come and see them and spend a little bit of time with them. Not only fight, but just kick it with them, shoot the shit with them. I got some of my coaches. I got Mike Wigglejohn coming down with me. I got my wrestling coach coming down with me. Plus, I'm gonna have my coach from back home, Rick Alford from F5. He's gonna be there. We're gonna have a big F5 family there too. So it's gonna be a great night. And I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I can fight right now if the fight was today,
Awesome. Well, you're in that gym. You're always fight ready. Who you training with right now to get you ready for this fight down there? Right now who's been helping me get ready for this fight is I've been obviously Mike Winklejohn. He's my head coach. He's been getting me ready. One of my wrestling coaches, his name is Bart Newhard. His wrestling is like second to none. He's been helping me in terms of fighters. I've just been doing some work with Holly before her fight. Nice.
When she kicked ass, God bless her. Who else have I been? Diego Sanchez. Who else has been here? I got there's a couple local guys that are fighting soon on this coming up in the UFC Contender. Devon Lewis, he's been. Remember that name. That kid is the future.
What weight class is he at?
Who?
The kid you're talking about? The future?
Devon, he's a 185er.
Oh, okay. He's a middleweight. That's a nice class right there. Good for him.
Yes, man. Exactly, man. He's a 185er. He's getting ready to fight in the new Bantamweight Contender show in Vegas. He's fighting for them in August. So we're in camp together. In other words, he's been one of my main sparring partners for this fight. He's around Ray Shardy's height.
Ray's 6 feet. I do believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's maybe I think we're all maybe like 6'1", 6'2",
nice.
Something like that. But remember that name, I promise you, man. That kid is the future. We call him Baby Jones. Put it that way.
Oh, awesome! So he's going to be on the Contender Series because from here we got Greg Rebello and Matt Bissett actually on that series too. In July 11th, they're on the July 11th Tuesday night series. When is he on it?
He's on in August.
Oh, awesome! So that's great. I'll be looking out for that kid. So
yes, man.
Excellent. So you're training with. I mean, you brought up some big names. I knew they were. You got a bunch of killers coming in and out of that gym down there. You mentioned.
Yes.
It's like a playground.
Yes, man. We got John Jones, but obviously, he's busy and stuff like that. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but just recently his mom passed away. God bless her soul and stuff, so we've been dealing with that stuff. I mean, Jock Dodson, that's my little brother right there. That's like, he helped me get ready for my last fight. And
nice.
He's always there helping me get ready and stuff like that. It's been a great camp. We got guys from all over the world, from Russia, Czech Republic, where else?
Everywhere. You got them everywhere, man. You guys are fighting on every UFC card. You guys are everywhere. So you're in good. Wilfredo, you're in great hands, man. You're in great hands, and you're doing great. I mean, except for one little, it happens, one little hiccup, but. You're ready to bang. You're ready to get in there. We can't wait to see you throw down because that's what Wilfredo, the Brown Bomber, does, man. He throws down. So. Wilfredo Santiago Jr., thank you so much for coming on. How do we get in touch with you as far as social media so we can because it's only another week and a half or so until this fight, so we want to watch you.
Right now, I'm actually going to stream. Actually, for those, thanks for having me. Thanks for giving me this interview. I'm going to also be streaming. I'm going to stream this fight live on Instagram. My Instagram information is @BrownBomber_MMA. My Twitter account is the same thing, BrownBomber_MMA. I don't have a Facebook. I just have a Twitter and an Instagram. But I will be trying. I will be most likely streaming my fight on for all my followers and fans and stuff like that on Instagram. So catch me. June 30th, and we'll be on there streaming the fight live.
Awesome. And I think Calvin and the Caddis, they actually record the fight. And when I was there last time, they let me record it too, go live with it. So I don't know if I'm going to be going live with it, but I will be sharing whatever you have on my Facebook page. So it'll be out there. And if they give me the okay, I'm going to go live with it also. And I can share that to your Twitter and stuff like that. So a different angle from where your guys are watching. But your guy, what do you recording it right from the corner? Your cornerman?
Yeah, man. Yes.
That's awesome.
From warming up in the back to
awesome.
to walking into the cage, to getting into the cage.
Excellent.
All that's gonna be be streamed live.
Awesome. So we're gonna be hearing your coaches yelling and the fans in the background and
yes.
and you laying the jackhammer on this race Shawnee dude.
yes, man. We ain't expecting nothing less, man. Like I said, man, our last fight didn't go as planned, but we still feel like we're on a good rhythm.
Yeah.
And we want to get that W back, and we're going to keep on going forward. I honestly do believe that 2017 is going to be a great year for me. And who knows? But maybe the UFC might come at the end of the year. Who knows? But just gonna keep working hard, staying humble, being grateful, and just staying blessed, man. And I appreciate you for giving me this interview, and for everybody that's listening. God bless you, man, and have a great day.
Awesome, Wilfredo. Thank you so much for coming on. I can't wait to see you June 30th, Combat Zone. It's a Friday night. It's the start of the weekend, people. Wilfredo Santiago Jr., the Brown Bomber, is coming back to town, and he's going to lay down some bombs on his next opponent, Ray Shawnee. So thank you so much, Wilfredo. You have a great day, and train safe, buddy. I'll see you in like a week and a half.
Yes, sir, man. You too, brother.